Hey everyone, it's Jessica, and today I am busting some acrylic stash along with a few of my friends. And today I am scrapping this cute little photo of my little baby girl, and I am using the Boho, I think it's called Boho Baby by Simple Stories. So I pulled out one of the patterned pieces of paper here, which is the yellow, and then I pulled out my little paper pad. And this acrylic piece here I'm going to use for my title. You can see the little bits that pop into the centers there. The word big is actually, it has the middles included, and it's actually sparkly and it's really pretty. It's from Color Cast Designs. I actually just got that in the mail, so I don't know if this technically counts as an acrylic stash bust or not because it's a new one, but you know what? It counts today, so we're going to go with it. So I'm just going to start my layout with some stamping. You can see that I had ripped some paper strips out of that small paper pad and put them behind my photo, and then I'll fluff them up here in a moment. And then I'm just doing some light stamping on my background using some Crackling Campfire Distress Oxide and a stamp from my stash. That one, the line one, is from Stampin' Up, I believe, and this one, maybe Visual something or other, but I can't remember offhand. So I'm just doing just a little bit of stamping just for some texture on my background. I'm going to cover some of that up with my embellishments, but I wanted just a little something in my background, so that's what I did. And I was going to do some mixed media, but I thought I didn't really feel like doing mixed media on this one, so I'm just going to add some white splatters instead. So I'm just watering down some just white acrylic paint and just using my paintbrush to just kind of flick it on my layout there, and it just makes some beautiful white little speckles. So that's easy peasy. And then my photo I've already matted with some smooth white cardstock. And then I'm going to pull out my sticker book from this collection, which I absolutely love. You can see that I've used quite a bit of some of these pages, but some of the others are completely full and I haven't really used them much. So I'm going to throw on a couple of these little embellishments and pull some other acrylics to my stash. I'm going to pull out these die cuts here and kind of go through those to see if there's anything that I want to use on this layout, which there is. Her bed sheets are rainbows. They have these little cute rainbows on them, so I am going to pull out some of these rainbows that look like they match her bed sheets just perfectly, so I'm going to use those on my layout too. So I'm just pulling out a few. I don't want to make it too rainbowy, but I do want to pull in a few of them. I struggled a little bit with the orientation of this layout, and I had to actually kind of walk away from it for a while. I ended up sending a photo of it to one of my scrappy friends, and she's like, why don't you flip it? Because the orientation of my rainbows in my photo were going a different direction than the way that I had my everything else laying, I guess. So she's like, why don't you flip this layout and flip it the opposite direction and see how that looks? So that's exactly what I ended up doing, and I really like it a lot better since I flipped it. So you're going to see me do that here in a second. I just wanted to kind of fluff up those little paper strips. I'm having a little play with my title and where I wanted it to go. I kind of thought maybe up on the side, but then I settled on the bottom. This is kind of where I started fiddling with it, adding just a couple little bits here and there, but I wasn't truly happy with it. So I had to kind of walk away from it for a little while. And that's kind of like what I do sometimes when I'm struggling. I just walk away and I leave it for a day, and then I come back to it, and usually it comes together just fine. So here is just one of the sheets from the sticker book that was almost completely used up. So I'm just cutting the remainder of these stickers, and I'm gonna pop some of them on this layout, and then this one here I'm just gonna throw in with my die cut since it was the only one left on that page. So yeah, I'm just kind of fiddling around with it, kind of seeing what else I want to use. And here I'm just looking through the sticker book, seeing kind of if there's any wordy bits that I want to put on here. And then here's where I flip it. So as you can see, I have flipped the orientation now, and I kind of moved all the rainbows so that they match the orientation of the rainbows in my photo. I still like it, and I think I like it a lot better this way, but my son walked in right after I flipped this and made it a very big point to tell me, Mommy, I don't like that photo that way. Mind you, he's 4, soon to be, I guess, 5 in a few months, but he made it a very big point to tell me that the photo does not go that way, Mommy, which I just thought was hilarious, and he liked it the other way better. So just from Oliver's perspective, he likes it the other way better, but we're gonna leave it like this. So hopefully he doesn't get this one in his books, and it goes to Onyx whenever she gets older, so he won't have to worry about it. But I'm just gonna glue down my acrylic title. That's one of my acrylic pieces that I'm using. And then these little, I don't know if you can see them very well, they are little flowers. They're little yellow and pink flowers. Those little acrylic pieces are actually from one of my Not Just for Boys Kit Club kits. And they had kind of a Boho baby themed kit for the 1 month, and it came with those beautiful little acrylic flowers. So I'm using them up on this layout. So that's gonna finish those off. So I guess I did bust some acrylic stash today because I've used those up. And then here I'm just gonna pop a couple little wordy bits here on the top here of my photo, and I'm gonna actually end up stamping my date on the left bottom corner there to kind of balance this out. And just using a couple of these little cute rainbows. Those also came in my Not Just for Boys kit. And then I'm pulling out a couple little acrylic hearts from Pear Tree Cut Files. So I've been trying to use up those hearts by Pear Tree for I think like the past 3 or 4 of my layouts, and I still have a bunch left. So I guess I'll get at least one more layout out of it. And then these little bows, I wanted to throw these on my layout as well too, because Paper Issues is actually having a bingo card this month, and one of my squares on my bingo card is to use a bow. So I had a bow in the photo, of course, on her head, but I wanted to throw a couple of bows into this design as well. So I am just going to put down these little wooden rainbow buttons, and I've twiddled some thread behind them, kind of like in a bronzy brown color, just to match and pull in those darker colors in this collection. And that's pretty much gonna finish this one up. It's a pretty simple layout, but I fiddled with it a little bit, trying to get everything just right in the way that I wanted it to, but it's all good, and I've managed to use up quite a bit of those acrylics today, so I'm pretty happy about that. So I will link below the other creators today that are playing along, and make sure that you check their channels out as well, because they have some beautiful creations up for you too. And yeah, that's pretty much gonna finish it up for this one. I'm just gonna pop that up, and here's the finished layout. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and feel free to stop back for more anytime. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.